Am I live? I think I am. Good morning, Seekers. Don't look at the way I look. I'm getting ready to go do a big painting job. And I'm going to tuck my hair in this bandana. Or guess what? It'll all be in my hair. We already know this. And getting paint out of your hair is not a good time. And it's a dark color. So, oh my God, it's going to be like 100 degrees today too. So after this live stream, I got to go get busy. Now, I think I'm going to make a video for Seeker members so they can see what I'm up to. But I know I can't, there's certain things I just can't say even on my members because there's always somebody that's got to put it out to the public. So no thank you. Hi, good morning. How about we get a hello? Hello, no madness. I'm eating a muffin. Because I got a skadoodle. Live chat. All right, never mind then. Hello, Thumaloo and Pussycat. Oh, there's everybody. Come on in. Good morning. Hi, Frosty the Homeman, Christy. Oops-a-daisy. Oops-a-daisy, that plaque's on its way soon. It should be here in about 10 days. Tammy, Nancy, Deborah, look at all the green. We've made it, Seekers. We've made kind of muffin, cinnamon. I need energy. Yesterday, I was so exhausted. Oh, that reminds me, I'm taking my rings off. Thank you. Yesterday, I was so freaking exhausted. Like, my arms were like noodles. I was like, oh my God. And today's a big day. That's why I got a bandana on. I'm going to tuck my hair in. So I don't get paint in it because it's very dark paint. And we already know you can't get paint out of blonde hair. It's not fun. So that's why I look like I'm about to get on a Harley because I'm going to go paint. No, we ain't doing this, Tiggs. He drove me nuts last night. Let me tell you something real quick. All right. He's looking out the window. This is his favorite spot now. See? If he sees a dog within a 100-mile radius. Tiggs, look at me. No. You done made me crazy all night last night. How about we don't start in the morning? You've lost your mind. Pushing me to the limits. Hold on. Come on, baby, down. Want a carrot? Reward for good behavior. Not bad. I'm gonna need you to go mind your business. Here's the carrot. Okay, so last night, I was exhausted. My arms were noodles from all that I did yesterday, right? So I go up to bed, probably around 10 p.m. I was even gonna watch, listen, I added Max to my Hulu. I was gonna watch House of Dragon, right? Season 2, episode 1, right? Actually, I was gonna watch Season 1, episode 10 to remind me of the bullshit that's about to unfold. But I was so exhausted, I couldn't even commit. So anyway, I went to bed around 10, right? Mr. No Madness busted his hump all day yesterday. Putting the outer part of the camper on, and it's just supposed to be like stunning for the next 5 days. Hot, but beautiful weather. So I go to bed. Mr. No Madness goes to bed. Tiggs was down here on the couch, right? I slept like 1 hour. And I asked out, right? I slept like 1 hour. And I hear, brr, 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 in my ear. And then he's licking my cheek. I'm like, what is your problem? Then I hear it. And lightning. I said, oh, no, it isn't. This went on till 1 in the morning. Do you think I could be his Tiggs Thunder shirt? I tried everything. Let's cuddle. Put your head here. Mama will save you from the horrible sounds. No. Till 1 a.m. This dog paced and twirled around me. It was so loud. So, Mr. Nomad, he didn't even have a tarp. He didn't have a tarp over it. Now, mind you, he's only done the roof, the front, and the back. Now, the holes are still cut out for windows and vent fans, right? It may be ruined. It may be ruined. Honest to God. That's the first thing I thought of when I looked. I came downstairs trying to calm Mr. Tiggs down. I look out the window. It was a monsoon. A monsoon. And all I thought about was that damn camper on wheels. The boards that are exposed. Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. You were approved to view the Toothies court, but because you're based in Australia, it won't let you in. Well, I'll tell you one thing. There's probably plenty of people going to give us an update. If you're on the X or the Twitter, call it what you want. I would suggest, if you're not, to get signed in or like log in, download it, because I have a feeling French Fry Girl's going to keep you updated all day. Yeah, or use a VPN for Canada. Think ahead. You're on the twit? I am too, but I've got a big project I got to do all. I don't know how long it's going to take me, but I know I'll be back probably to do a reaction because I wanted to cover this real quick. Oh, I'm going to go paint. So I got to cover my hair. I might even wet this because it's going to be 90 some degrees. While I'm painting, I have access to hose water. God knows I was raised on hose water. So I'll be good there. I'll be good there. I might just wet it so I don't like overheat because it's going to be like 95. So we'll see. We'll see. I got to, it's going to be a long day. And tomorrow's going to be a long day. But whatever. I'm there for it. But listen, we have got to get into this. Because everybody's like, what's going on? Why does Salah keep having these meetings? What, the immigration lawyers and da-da-da. Because everybody's looking inside the building. Oh, well, the immigration law isn't in that building anymore. And somebody's like, yeah, but there's another immigration office in there. It's like speculation. Remember, season 3 is going to be lit. I have said for 3 months now, no, 2 months now, I think he is applying for a study permit in Canada. If you don't remember, about 6 months ago, Foodie was talking about how busy Salah was between work and studying. You don't catch the nuggets, you're going to miss the plot. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So I listen to these little nuggets. She's been talking about Canada a lot again in her live streams. I'm going to have to go see my family soon. I just know it. She's already working you into it. She can't keep a secret for nothing. Did he get approved? Now remember, he's got a family member really high up in university. We know that, David. That ship has sailed. We know. By June 17th. Today. You better get your status right. We know she's on a tourist visa status. We know this. She can also rent, sublet, rent an apartment on a tourist visa. A short term. That's why we think there's all these moves. Because it's short-term lease. He pops in, hey. He may even live in the building with his family. Who knows? We don't care. What we're interested in today is, did he get approved for a study permit? Where are they going to live? Girl, come on. Come on. You don't think somebody like Missy Moo, Golden Girl, are not helping them out? with a place to stay temporarily till they can find a place. She's got people in Canada, not her family, right? Not that. We're talking, who even knows, the way Smee coddles her, she could be co-signing for a little studio apartment while we speak. Does he really need her to do the study gig? No. But he needs her money to survive there, does he not? What if he gets approved for a study permit? We're going to look at the rules. Tiggs, the carrots are in here. They're in here. Anyway, we're going to go through this. Because trust me, this has been in the works for at least 2 months. She went to HR, immigration, maybe to get some papers. You can do it all online, by the way, the study permit thing. But she may have had to go pick up some stuff, right? Blah, blah. Okay, he's had 2 secret meetings that we know of. One is called a haircut. The other one, she was drinking her coffee, waiting in case she was needed for this meeting, right? And in that tower. And then people were speculating it had something to do with immigration. So then the next one was a haircut that took an hour, right? An hour for a haircut. Anyway, he would never have left her out there if he didn't know. He would have been texting her from sitting there waiting in line to get a haircut. He would have been in her live stream. Hey, babe, I'm going to be, it's going to be a little while. It's pretty busy here. Nothing. We got nothing. So we know. And then she accidentally said something about his meeting being over. And that's when he came and got her. So I put all that together. And you guys are in here going, what happened to SJM? Oh my God. What am I dealing with here? Am I dealing with any armchair sleuths? She wouldn't be out there if it had been a haircut. Why? Why wouldn't she have? She can't go in with him. But it wouldn't have been an hour. And he would have been in the chat. He's in the chat when he's sleeping. And she goes live. Oh, you mean she would have stayed at home? Yeah. But why did she even go? To prove to people she goes outside? Okay, whatever. That's what we're dealing with here. But what if there are strings that could be fast-tracked and pulled because somebody he knows is high up there in a university and can make this a little bit easier, but he needs Chantal. And Chantal, what if, this is the reason I think he needs Chantal. Because here's the deal. You have to prove one of the things to get your eligibility requirement to do a study permit, and yes, Syrians can, as long as you are a legal resident in a country, which he is in Kuwait, right? That's covered. So what if they says you have to prove to an officer that you will leave Canada when your study permit expires? Oh my God. If these people keep calling me, I'm gonna lose it. Wonder why his father didn't do his route for him before. This is what I'm gonna talk about. Now we already know. Remind me later, I swear. Okay. What if his plan, because let's say the study will last 2 years. Let's just say 2 years to get a bachelor's, international something, right? Now think about this. He will be a student. He will not be able to get a residency, blah, blah, blah. Tiggs, quit ruining the shot. Anyway, what if, and I don't know if it's possible yet, they get married for real in Canada. Then, if he has to go back, but they got 2 years of him studying, what if, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. What are you talking about, Seymour? I don't even know what you guys are talking about. Feral fried girl. What does that mean, Sheila? Activate the do not disturb mode. I know. I just didn't think, it's pretty early in the morning. Oh, do you know FFG's Twitter name? That's what this is about. French fry girl, right? Something like that. Oh, there you go. Kimberlina just told you. Okay, so let's look at this idea. Okay, let's look at it. All right. This is on the Canadian government site. This is not like Wikipedia, foodie. Hold on. Honestly. So if I don't answer and I send you to voicemail, that means call again. I did exclamation points. Hold on a second. Here comes the response. It'll be like, ugh. Because I said, YouTube. I always tell everyone, text me before you call me because I might be on my live stream and it fucks up my audio. All I have for FFG Twitter is her feral fried. No. You can just type in the search window, French fry girl, Gorl, and literally, it'll take you to her Twitter. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. She's got enough followers. You don't end up down at a McDonald's with a box of French fries. I'm waiting for these dots to produce some sort of text. Tiggs? This is why I like to do my live streams upstairs in the diva room. It's too nuts down here. Still waiting. She was canceled and she's now feral fried girl. Why was she canceled? Whether she fighting with people? Sheila, welcome to the Seeker family. Yay! By the way, I got to mail out this wallet. Okay, it's feral fried girl. Gorl. All right, obviously the dots went nowhere. So I don't care. Okay, so here we go. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay, so Canada. Now, like I said, foodie, this ain't Wikipedia, which is your source of Eid and what Eid's all about, which you got all wrong between Ishmael and Isaac because you don't study anything. You don't have an iman. You have no idea what you're talking about. And you know what? To me, that is sacrilegious and blasphemy, but you do you, boo. Let me put my plate away. And I don't get distracted with her nonsense because all it is a diversion tactic. It's always been that way with her to divert you off of something bad she's done. Like, I don't know, overeating with diabetes. She likes to get the reaction channels all fired up so it creates some sort of hoopla in the community. But the problem is, yes, we know, it's not her court date today. We know. Follow the Twitter. You'll probably be kept up to date on what's going on in the trial today. Anyway, justice for May. Anyway, she does it for views, stay relevant, attention. She really don't care about bad behavior. She knows that all these people have feelings, and all she wants to do is dive into your feelings. We ain't got time for that bullshit today. What we want to know is Salah going to Canada on a study permit? So here are the eligibility requirements. I'm sure you've been reading them while I went through my trash away. You are enrolled at a DLI. That means it's a designated licensed institution, which Kuwait is, and which he has a family member that is high up in the university. Allah told us this, that his dad's very important in university. So I feel like If you want to get your son out of, maybe Kuwait, maybe not to be sent to Syria for a possible upcoming war, maybe drafted, like they're going to do the United States. I don't know if people are just trying to get these 18 to 26-year-olds all fired up that they might be drafted. I have no idea what's going on, nor do I care. It's a movie, in my opinion. A lot of people are leaving the country. They're going down to Mexico. Whatever. Have fun. It's all nonsense. I'm so tired of hearing it all on the freaking TikToks and the YouTube. It's just to get everybody worked up, kind of like Foodie does when she eats a tray full of sugar while she has diabetes. It's to get people worked up. But in the end, it's going to cost her, right? Not us. Okay, so there's no age restriction for a student visa. We're going to talk about all of it. Let's get to it. Okay. You got to be enrolled at a designated licensed institute, which Kuwait is. Prove you have enough money. Hello, why we need Chantal constantly wiring money into his account to pay for your tuition fees, living expenses. So in order for him to be in Canada, he's got to live somewhere, right? Chantal, right? You have to prove you have return transportation for yourself. We know he's not bringing any family members who come with you to Canada, okay? You have to obey the law, and you can't have a criminal record. So they got to do that whole police certificate, which is why I think he's been having secret meetings. He's trying to get all this stuff, all this paperwork together to be approved. I told you, once he applies, it only takes 13 weeks. 13 weeks. You got to be in good health. You got to get a medical exam, which is why he didn't eat that second large pizza. You have to prove to an officer that you will leave Canada when your study permit expires. There you go. So it could be 2 years. And in that 2 years, a lot of things can happen, right? He could get married to a Canadian. I found my love here, and get that ball rolling because it will be a legal marriage, perhaps. Yeah, he's a scammer. Anyway, so here we go. You can get it faster through the student direct stream right here. Click, click. Now, your responsibilities while studying in Canada. You must make progress towards completing your program, respect any conditions listed on your study permit, and stop studying if you no longer meet the requirements. Okay? Yeah, she has been talking about Canada recently. She even said in her last live stream, she said that she probably will have to go visit her family soon. Yeah, I'm probably going to need to go visit She wants you to know. She wants to shove it in the face of everybody if she actually was able to pull off getting him to Canada, even if it's for a study permit. I mean, I feel like she's been dropping the nuggets. Because when she said haircut, she actually, like the next video or stream, said it was actually, yeah, I got your number, girl. I've been saying this for 3 months. Tiggs, for the love of God, please. Just, here's another carrot. Don't care. I'm just saying, she wants you to know. She wants to shove it in the face. She wants everybody's reaction, but she can't say anything. So she's been throwing out little nuggets to me, just in my opinion. Because she said, I'm not going to Canada anytime soon. Now all of a sudden, I'm probably going to have to go visit my family. And I said, I'll tell you what. And I wondered if the bad news was related to it. But then it got all figured out. And that's why he went to the haircut meeting, right? Like, now they're acting, like he's even acting silly. He even said something about his spaceship's ready to leave. What did he say? Something like that. Like his Yala with a bunch of exclamation points in a comment. Like, I think that's what's happening. And we all know college starts in August. Yeah, right. School starts in late August. Yep. You are correct. So I feel like first of all, Chantal promised somebody, could it be the married man, right? One of his family members that are in Canada. I do believe he has friends or family in Canada, or whatever. I just believe that. And she got involved in all this because, first of all, she just thought he was the handsomest man, right? And maybe he would marry her. Ha ha! Anyway, kind of like not her. Whatever. Anyway, so I think she got involved in this for maybe even, I don't know, a good payday from somebody who has money if she did this. I'm not sure yet. So, your responsibilities while studying in Canada is you have to make progress towards completing your program, respect any conditions listed on your study permit, stop studying if you no longer meet the requirements. Depending on your case, there may be conditions on your study permit, such as if you're allowed to work in Canada, if you're allowed to travel within Canada, and the specific date you must leave Canada. Where you can study. You must change your DLI, which is a designated licensed institute, in your IRCC secure account before you can study at a different institute. And you need to know whether you need an immigration medical examination. So, who doesn't need a permit? Well, we don't need to worry about that because he'll need a permit. Now, how to get the right documents, how to apply. Let's go to after you apply. Processing week is 12 weeks. You're going to need your fingerprints, a photo, how we process your study permit. Okay, so we'll check your application to make sure you have all the necessary documents. And I believe all these little meetings and running around has been to secure documents. You have to go to an interview with our officials in your country. I think that's what he's been doing. So then you have to get a medical exam if required, a police certificate, which is probably another one of his little meetings, okay? And he's taken Chantal to two of them, well, one of them, in case she's needed. I think he's got somebody in Canada. Yes, I do. And let's see. You can go into an online account and keep submitting more documents. We won't process your study permit until you've submitted a complete application, which is what I think they were working on. I think when she went to HR Immigration in Canada, before she went back to Kuwait, I feel like she was getting all the information. That's what this was all about. And then we've been seeing him with these little meetings. And she went to one of them. The second one was disguised as a haircut. And I am thinking that's what we're working on. And then they can keep checking his application status. That's why I think when she got a banner across the screen, she thought it was bad news. Do you see what I'm saying? He doesn't have to have a degree, Emerald Blue. Did you just hear me? He doesn't have to have a degree to go over there. All he has to do is start studying something international in his country at a designated licensed university, institute, right? And then transfer. And in order to transfer to study in Canada, right, he's got to go through all this. So, if we approve your application, you'll get your study permit at the port of entry when you arrive in Canada, or it's going to be mailed to you if you're already in Canada. If you applied for your study permit from outside of Canada, we will send you a port of entry letter of introduction that says you're allowed to study in Canada. This letter is not your study permit. You need to bring this letter with you and show it to a border service officer when you arrive in Canada. We'll also send you an electronic travel authorization and a visitor visa, temporary resident visa to enter Canada if you need one. Holy shit. Oh my gosh. If you're from a country where you need an ETA, letter of introduction will include the information about your ETA. Your ETA will be linked to your passport and is valid for 5 years or until your passport expires. Now, he may have been making sure his passport's good, and we know he has a passport because he went to Thailand and back. I'm saying he's been working on a lot of stuff since Chantal's been there. If you're a lawful permanent resident, we don't even need to worry about United States stuff. It says we may refuse your application if you don't have a valid letter of acceptance. So if you go over to Canada and you don't have the stuff, they can refuse you. So I think that's why maybe he's been meeting with a immigration lawyer to make sure he has everything he needs so he doesn't get denied at the border. All right, let's prepare for arrival, folks. On the mothership. Here we go. You have to download this pamphlet from the Border Service Agency of Canada. Immigration cares about whether you are likely to return home. Exactly. And if you have the money and have living expense money, which is what Chantal's there for, she can prove in his account that every month he's got the money. You see what I'm saying? Now, how early can you arrive in Canada before you start studying? I think this is important. There is no set time for you to arrive in Canada before you begin studies. So when her visitor visa is up in about 3 weeks, does that mean they get to go? He doesn't have to wait till August. You should arrive to give yourself a reasonable amount of time to prepare for your studies. You're not allowed to work on or off campus until you begin your studies in Canada. He don't have to. He's got Chantal. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's called the Designated Learning Institute. That's the DLI. So we don't need that. Okay, so when you arrive in Canada, you'll meet with the border service officer. So you have to have your valid travel document. You have to have your port of entry letter of introduction. Make sure you've been approved. That's your letter that says you've been approved. Have a copy of that. Have letters of reference. Hello. He's got a family member that is at the high status of a university. Got to have your ETA. That's your temporary resident visa. This is why she was in Canada. Exactly. That's why. She's trying to throw the scent off, but she's dropped enough little hints that let me think that this is what's going on. And I've been saying this for over 2 months. So I just wanted to double down on this as a whole live stream video so other people can quit guessing why he keeps going to these meetings, why she went to HR immigration. I believe they're not coming through as a married couple because legally they have to have a license with Canada. It has to be a licensed marriage. Obviously, they didn't get married in Thailand like I thought because that would be a valid license. My point is, I think he's doing the study permit. So anyway, if you have a valid immigration medical exam, it's good for a year. Let's see, you have to have enough money for your stay. Well, we know with Chantal on board, he's got enough money. And they can prove it. Your school may need you to prove you entered Canada. So once he gets there, he may have to prove to the university that he's there. There's a lot of things that can make you inadmissible, and no, it's not being Syrian. It's criminal activity, human rights violations, or organized crime. So I feel like this is what's happening. Now, let's see what happens while you study. That's why they said season 3 is going to be lit. He's going to show up in Canada, and they're excited. You can see it. He's starting to act goofier and goofier. I'm going to assume he got approved. No, Tiggs. Which, I ain't even mad about it. Seeing them pop up in Canada together is going to set the girl world on fire. Like, it is going to change the whole locomotive direction. You know what I'm saying? Him seeing the Western world for the first time, deciduous trees. She's been talking about Canada lately, and yeah, I probably have to go see my family soon. This tells me that this is probably what's going to happen. If she keeps eating the way she is, she won't make it to Canada. Yeah, I think she's stressed out about everything, and she's trying to pretend like she's all involved in Kuwait, blah, blah, blah. She's keeping you distracted because they don't want any hiccups. You know what I'm saying? They don't want any hiccups from the internet. So anyway, so you got to meet the conditions of your study permit while you're studying in Canada. Like, you can't, like, information on your profile, you can't change schools. Everything's got to be approved. Before you change your school or program, you have to meet the conditions of your study permit. Let's see. You must keep the contact information on your... And here would be my guess. Let me tell you what my guess would be if he was going to study something that would be internationally accepted. I am going to say, in my opinion, based on the way he was raised and the people that surround him, it's going to be something to do with either university, international something, or it's going to be medical. Because those are probably the two. Listen, medical, you would be approved for like 8 years. If you were to be studying, like, to be MD, PA, or even a DO, you would definitely be approved for 8 years. Do I think he's smart enough? Who knows? He could be playing a role on, he could be playing a role on YouTube. Nobody knows. I don't really think he is, but maybe he's book smart. If you plan to leave Canada, you'll need a new immigration medical exam, blah, blah, blah. How long your study permit? Study permit is usually valid for the length of your study program plus an extra 90 days. Wow. Wow. That's crazy. So let's say you decide to go to med school, right? You want to go to med school. That would be 8 to 10 years. Wow. Wow. This is crazy. But anyway, you may be able to work temporarily or live permanently in Canada after you graduate. He was smart to pick Chantal. No other woman would do this for somebody. No other woman. You don't think he's smart enough, huh? Guess we'll find out. Remember, he always wanted to play a role. He wanted to be an actor like Jim Carrey. Can you imagine just acting like Dumb and Dumber? You know what I mean? Foodie doesn't have 8 to 10 years. Well, not his problem. Not his problem. Did you see that? You may be able to work temporarily or live permanently in Canada once your studies are done. Yeah, if Nader can pull off a residency, so can Salah. So there you go. That's just what I think. I think this is where this is going. And I do believe when they do pop up after payday in an airport, they're going to be standing in front of a big maple leaf. Yeah, you don't have to be that smart to go to university anymore. It's a genius move. And just think about if you had somebody in a position to help you get all this through. Maybe you have lawyers. Maybe you are a prominent in a university. Maybe you are able to see this through. The problem was he didn't have the money to prove that he could sustain himself in Canada. Now he does. 2 years worth on record in his account. 2 years worth. Oh my God. Anyway, that's where I'm going to end this. You tell me what you think. You tell me what you think. Juicy, girl, juicy. Now I got to go paint outside. So I'm going to be tucking my hair back. Listen, I'm wearing my, talk to me goose shirt, right? I got a lot of work to do today. I might see you guys later because I still want to do a reaction, but this is kind of where I want to leave this. You think I'm right? Well, I got a really strong intuition that this is what's going on, and this is why they started the process when she was in Canada and he was in Kuwait, and they were saying season 3 is gonna be lit. This is what I think they were working on. And when she got that little banner while she was live, I gotta go, I got bad news. It ended up not being bad news. She just was reading it real quick and it really wasn't bad news, right? So then he had to go do another meeting. I'm telling you, I think this is what's going on. And I just want to be the one that said, bloop. All right, guys, I got to go. I love y'all. I hope you all have a good day. And I will let you know if in a community post if I'm going live later. But it's going to be 90-some degrees. I got to get out. I got to go. I got to drive. I got to paint. I volunteered, and I always follow through. I was just waiting for things to dry out because we had storms last night. Okay, I love you all. Stay safe, and maybe I'll see you later. You heard it here first. I think Salah's going to Canada. Bloop!